Hey Falcons fans, if you want to stay updated on everything happening with our team, you're in the right place. We bring you the latest news, updates, and exclusive content made just for Falcons fans like you. So don't wait. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay ahead of all the action. And of course, drop a like to show your support for our amazing Falcons community. Now let's jump into today's big story. Falcons pay $10 million bonus to Kirk Cousins. The Atlanta Falcons have decided to pay Kirk Cousins a $10 million bonus, even though he has lost his starting job and is now a backup. This payment was part of a scheduled roster bonus for 2026 that became due last Saturday. Instead of cutting Cousins or trying to trade him to avoid the expense, the Falcons chose to keep him on the roster and make the payment. This confirms earlier reports that the team has no immediate plans to part ways with the veteran quarterback. Why didn't the Falcons trade or release Cousins? Cousins' future in Atlanta has been a hot topic lately. Earlier this month, he reportedly met with team owner Arthur Blank and asked for a trade so he could start elsewhere. However, Blank made it clear that the Falcons still see Cousins as a valuable piece, just not as the starter. So why keep him? There are two big reasons. A reliable backup option. With rookie Michael Penix Jr. taking over as the starter, the Falcons want a veteran presence on the bench in case things don't go as planned. Financial impact. Cutting Cousins would hit the Falcons' salary cap hard, to the tune of $65 million in dead money. Trading him could work, but any team taking him on would need to absorb a $40 million cap hit. Cousins' downfall in Atlanta. The veteran QB signed a 4-year, $180 million contract with the Falcons before last season, expecting to be the franchise leader. But things changed quickly, and now he finds himself on the sidelines. What happens next? Will the Falcons keep Cousins all season, or could a trade still happen? Stay tuned for more updates as this story develops. Kirk Cousins' unexpected struggles in Atlanta. When Kirk Cousins signed with the Falcons, he was expected to lead the team and bring stability to the offense. At first, things looked promising, especially considering he was coming off an Achilles injury. But as the season went on, his performance took a sharp decline. In the early games, Cousins put up solid numbers, throwing for 358 yards and 18 touchdowns in 14 games. However, there was a big problem. He also led the league in interceptions with 16. Things got even worse in the final stretch of the season. In the last 5 games, he threw just 1 touchdown while getting picked off 9 times. The Falcons went 1-4 in that stretch, and his struggles ultimately cost him the starting job. Could the Falcons still trade Cousins? Right now, the Falcons are keeping Cousins on the roster. But if another team is willing to take on his contract and offer a good trade package, Atlanta might reconsider. For now, he remains on the bench, but his future in the NFL is far from certain. Falcons strengthened their secondary with a former Chiefs cornerback. While Atlanta's quarterback situation is still up in the air, the team is making moves to bolster the defense. Under new defensive coordinator Jeff Albrecht, the Falcons are focused on rebuilding their defensive unit to be more competitive in 2025. As part of that effort, Atlanta has signed cornerback Keith Taylor, who previously played for the Kansas City Chiefs. This move is aimed at improving the secondary and adding depth to defend against strong passing attacks. Keith Taylor's big opportunity. Taylor now has a chance to prove himself in Atlanta. With a fresh start and a new defensive system, he could become a key piece of the Falcons' defense in the upcoming season. Will he step up and make an impact? Only time will tell, but the Falcons are betting on him to help improve their pass defense. Falcons sign Keith Taylor to strengthen secondary. The Falcons have officially signed cornerback Keith Taylor as a free agent, adding another piece to their defensive rebuild. The team announced the move last Friday, betting on Taylor's talent to compete for a role in Jeff Albrecht's new defensive system. Taylor showed promise with the Kansas City Chiefs last season. He impressed in the preseason and earned playing time throughout the year, appearing in 11 games. Most of his snaps came on special teams, but he also played 79 defensive snaps, especially when the Chiefs dealt with injuries in their secondary. Why? Did Taylor leave Kansas City? Taylor's time with the Chiefs became uncertain after the team signed Christian Fulton, who was brought in as a clear starter. With fewer opportunities in Kansas City, Taylor saw Atlanta as a fresh start and a chance to earn a bigger role. A key addition to the Falcons' defense. Taylor isn't the only former Chiefs player joining Atlanta's secondary. He reunites with Mike Hughes and Lamar Jackson as the Falcons look to build a more consistent defensive backfield after years of struggles. Since being drafted by the Carolina Panthers in 2021, Taylor has shown promising skills, including a long wingspan and solid coverage ability. However, he still has areas to improve, especially in his technique. Now with the Falcons, he gets a real opportunity to compete for a key role and prove his value. Big challenges ahead for Atlanta's defense. The Falcons know that signing Taylor is just one step in fixing their defensive issues. The team has struggled to pressure opposing quarterbacks, and their secondary has been inconsistent in recent years. Can Taylor and the new defensive additions help turn things around? Only time will tell, but the Falcons are making moves to build a stronger, more reliable defense for 2025. Falcons. Defense. Faces a tough road ahead. The Falcons' defense already had its struggles, but things got even tougher with the departure of Grady Jarrett this offseason. Losing a key leader on the defensive line makes the challenge even greater, especially for a unit that has struggled to generate a consistent pass rush. Without enough talent up front, the defense has been vulnerable at all levels, giving quarterbacks too much time to throw and putting more pressure on the secondary. Can Jeff Albrecht turn things around? New defensive coordinator Jeff Albrecht has a big job ahead. The hope is that he can bring in a more aggressive and disciplined system, one that helps players like Keith Taylor grow and make an impact. If the Falcons can develop a stronger pass rush and tighten up their defense, they have a chance to turn things around. But for now, there's still a lot of work to be done.